Hi, welcome to Domestic Fetish. My name is Catherine Hart and I'm going to be taking you through my show that's on at the Terrace Art Gallery in Terrace, BC. I'm going to just zoom in on my artist statement, which you can pause to read. The first exhibit is a found object sculpture called Obedience. And I made her without a head because she's not really aware of what she's doing. She doesn't have an awareness. She's busy vacuuming up rape laws, hiring equity, bodily autonomy, and there are lots of other laws that have not been vacuumed up, but she's busy. But I called her Obedience because she has really no idea of the damage she's causing. Now in my show, the paintings represent the trad wife's social media, and the sculptures represent what's really happening. So the first social media post is called Carrots from Saskia's Garden. And if you'll notice, there's a little weed in there. It's not quite perfection. Next is called Lemons and Kiwis. And she's gone shopping, or she's starting to do some food prep. But you'll notice things are a bit awry, a little messy. And there's a wine bottle in the corner, so she's numbing out some feelings. This one is called Laundry Basket. It's a beautiful sunny day and our trad wife is doing laundry. She may be happy doing that. She also may feel a bit of resentment. She's doing food prep, and I made these huckleberries. I didn't wrap them. I painted them with Ziploc bags because I wanted to show that this trad wife is not quite living up to the trad standard of beautiful little mason jars with jam in them. She's just put the huckleberries in Ziplocs and called it a day. She's not quite measuring up. And this sculpture is called Devolution. And you'll notice that the clothes hanging on the line are uniforms from jobs that historically women were not allowed to do. And each of these uniforms has a little hole cut out of it. And our trad wife is using those pieces to make a little apron on her singer. This is called Radishes with Salt. And I call this Whoopsie because the trad wife dropped an egg. The cracks are starting to show. Things are starting to unravel a bit. This is Laundry on the Line. She's hanging out her laundry, but you see her yard is a little bit unmanicured, so she's not really achieving the perfect aesthetic that a trad wife requires. And this is a vintage purse. And the treats coming out of the purse are candies. This is called Shortchanged because it looks like a treat, but if you zoom in, those are not treats. Baby machine, slave, chattel, trophy wife, docile, servant. No, those are not a treat at all. And this is Unmade Bed. The trad wife has forgot to make her bed. She's being a little disobedient. She's gutted, this is called. She's gutting fish. And this is called Dutch Oven. Trad wives spend a lot of time looking into the sink at dirty dishes, and this trad wife has noticed that her reflection is in the lid. So she's starting to do some self-reflection. But she is also behaving. She's throwing children's birthday parties. And the trad wife, who probably has many children, the only time she gets to be alone is in the tub. And this is called tub talk because she's talking to herself in the tub. She's starting to realize the error of her ways, maybe. But it's too late because she's given up the laws that protect her. So she's trapped. This is called marriage. She's trapped in this marriage. You can see the Hot Wheels are surrounding the Alpha, and it would be impossible for these to get out because it's a gridlock. So without laws to protect women, they are stuck in marriages, often abusive marriages, because if they left, they'd be living in poverty with no child support laws or domestic abuse laws. And this, I'll show you this before I show you the others because it's important to read. I'll just let you read that if you want to pause. And our trad wife is looking at her button jars, and instead of seeing the lid say Bix, she sees Dix because she's realizing that the patriarchy is not doing her any favors. The next sculpture is Birdcage. And the little salt and pepper shaker bird is trapped in the whisk cage, and the buttons are the litter. And this one is called Hotline. And you'll understand what happens next. The female rage is happening. But it's too late because our trad wife, her husband has left her and she's in her retirement. But she has no pension because she gave up her earning years raising children. And she's left penniless with just her buttons, her china, and herself. And this is called Recipes for Disaster. She's gotten a little anger out on her recipe box because the recipes that were supposed to sustain her, morning wife saver, you can read these. Mix with resentment, bake in hot oven. Matrimonial squares, mix unpaid labor with a cup of obedience, fold in beaten subservience, refrigerate overnight, serve with resentment. Engagement chicken, rub bitterness liberally over a free-range bird, sprinkle with inequality, squeeze two idealized gender roles over top, bake at 375 for an eternity. And our last one is wedding soup. One bunch mental load, chop bodily autonomy, sliced reproduction rights, stir and weaponize incompetence, bring to a boil. So that's the show. And at the end of the show, before people leave, I've asked people to, did a matriarch in your family have a button jar? If yes, please place a button in the pickle jar as you remember the women who labored for you. And if you'll see, there are literally hundreds of buttons in there of women and men who have put buttons in to remember their matriarchs. Thank you so much for watching this video, and yeah, thank you.